And then, so everything was wide. Jay wide. No, let me tell you something Jay did, yeah? This is the funniest thing. Mad. So me and Jay, we were driving down here. So me and Jay were in, I don't know where we were going.
You lot driving the same car? You can fit in the same car? What are you man driving?
I'm on a bad in it, so I can't drive. No, but Jay, he's driving it. Fam, we're not that big, fam.
Hold on. Wait 1 second. There's no way is it drink driving that you're on a ban for.
No.
No way is it drink related.
Fam, it's for the... And I snitched on everyone.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
That cunt?
Yeah.
You playing that Time Crisis?
I had caught the thingy on, man.
What?
And then one of my niggas is in jail now. Snitched on him. And now, man's free.
No, don't do that, man. You know what, like, do the band, but don't do the snitch bands. Because it's like, don't do that, man. Then you're going to turn into Unk. You know Unk?
What? Which one? The American Charleston White?
Yeah.
I like
No, not Charleston White. Yeah, the madman. You don't say that because you wouldn't snitch.
He's not a snitch.
No, but he would say shit like that. He's the one that said he sacrificed his son.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, but don't go down that road. I don't like snitch jokes, man.
I'm not a snitch.
You know, it's like, let's not even promote that for bands.
What, snitching? No, promote it.
Do you think?
No, promote it. Fam, if you're a random civilian and some person just headshotted a nigga in front of you and the police asked you who did it, tell who the fuck it is, like. Don't go to jail for a random nigga you don't know, fam, like. I'm not a snitch because...
I agree with that. The key word was civilian.
Yeah, civilian.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, yes. I mean, not even...
So I'm not a civilian.
I'm lying.
So I'm not a civilian.
No, you ain't a civilian.
I'm a civilian, bro. But they want me to be a gangster because I know bare booters and I'm a fucking, like, I'm black.
But you're telling us all that. No one asks if you knew bare booters.
No, but that's why
it's like... you call Jay your booter, then, you're snitching on yourself. Nobody... Now you're telling us you know bare booters.
No, but I'm just saying...
Like, we got to now analyse the people you're around now. You get me? And now, you see what I'm saying? You've now opened up a case, RICO, on the man them, just for one podcast.
Hey, Jay, you're going down. He's going down, cuz. No. All right, listen. No,
so you do fit in one car, though?
We fit in one car. Wait. We're going to go into that. I want to clarify, yeah. I'm against...
Jay walked in sideways. And that. Go on. Yeah.
They greased the sides in and drop kicked the nigga through the door and that. No, but listen. The snitching thing, yeah, I'm against snitching. If you've done the crime, then do the time. Fam.
No.
Like if you have done something, so if something happened to man where I did it, but then my bro got I got caught, my bro didn't. I'm not snitching, bro. I'm doing that time, fam. But then the situations, if someone flipping, I don't know.
Tell me something you would snitch on. Like tell me something that you would cooperate with the police on.
No, there's no.
Now, because you're giving scenarios in where you wouldn't. So are there ones where you would? Or is it?
Well, I mean, in cooperation and like, for example, I do a lot of care work, innit? So with care work and working with the charity and working with the council, then you have to engage with police and that. You know
in what way? Like, give me an example.
If a child's gone missing,
then
you got to call the police and tell them that it's gone missing. Yeah. This is
that's
that, this person and that.
That's not snitching.
But then I think in the
culture... Have you ever called the police?
Outside of that, no.
Okay, but you've called the police for that. I've never called the police. I don't even know the number.
999, man.
I didn't even need to know that. Yeah.
999.
999. Okay, cool.
But but fuck the feds. Apart from like a couple, I rate like 10% of them.
I don't rate any feds.
I rate 10% of them.
Like not in that way. I'm not ignorant. I know that not all feds are this and that, but I can't be bothered to get into it. But basically, there's no such thing as a good fed, and that for the reason where if you don't see good feds arresting bad feds, there's no good feds.
Yeah, there's no good and bad though, neither, fam. Like there's
the bad police officers though.
There's bad police, there's good police. There's good thugs and there's bad thugs. There's good civilians and bad civilians.
I just feel like when you, I've seen good thugs confront bad thugs. I've seen good road youths confront people doing fuckery and challenge that and I don't see good police officers confronting bad police officers. Don't happen.
That's a fair point.
Like the thing is, you should be able to see an officer arrest another officer for breaking the law.
Well, to be fair, there is. If you go on YouTube, there's YouTube compilations on it.
But it's not.
No,
it ain't. it's in the office. In the office, we're gonna have to place you under arrest. But I mean, on the spot of you doing a fuckery, like if you do fuckery, they're gonna jump on you.
But I hear
if
it
their
though.
colleague does fuckery, they're gonna wait to the office.
I hear it though. I hear it though, because we're part from the same gang. So if we're in the same gang, we're gonna sort our business privately. We're not gonna do it publicly. Right. And police is the biggest gang in the world.
So don't act like you're not affiliated when it's smoked. So that's why I said there's no good fault. Yeah. So let me give you a good example, right? Rodney Hinton, American man, yeah. His son was shot by police, and the next day he went out, got in his car, and licked down the policeman.
The same police, or was it a different man?
I saw that one. Last week,
but was it the same policeman or a different policeman?
Different policeman. What's your views on that?
It's a different policeman.
Yeah, but they're from the same gang, like you just said. So, like, you know what I mean? If you're repping, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like you literally said, they're from the same gang. So do you think?
Do I think it was right for him to do that?
Yeah, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But then the enterprise of the police is so large, yeah, that you can't compare it to a smaller gang where there's like a batch of 5 people or a batch of 10 people. Where, for example, Bloods. If we go in America, Bloods are so big and Crips are so big that somewhere in fucking, I don't know, LA, complete different situation with somewhere in, I don't know, Philly or whatever. Like, the issue that happened in Philly has nothing to do with the LA Bloods, but they're all part of the same thing. So, in regards to that, so using that as an example, I don't think it was right for my man to just kill a random Fed. If he wanted to do it, he should have gotten the same Fed that killed his son.
I just feel like if I can't get you, I'll get one of yours. I understand. Once you lot are in a gang and you've made certain affiliations, then yeah, it's all fair game. I'm not gonna lie. I understand.
I agree with that as well, though.
I understand if the grey gang and the purple gang, or the let me say, the grey gang and the purple gang have got beef, yeah, and someone from the purple gang harms someone from the grey gang, and on a random day, another purple gang member gets attacked from the grey because of what happened. I get it, because you lot are in warring factions. So I feel like the civilians and the police are separated. They try to create this kind of false dichotomy that we're all one, but they're not. They're separate. They say they're the boys in blue. They say they bleed blue. They all, like, when you become a police officer, I've heard many ex-officers say it's literally a us against them mentality. You're either with us or you're one of the humans out there.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's like that, then like he stepped outside and said, you took a black youth. You didn't care whose black youth it was. You didn't care whose child it was as a civilian. So I don't care which one of you officers it is, but pass the message on. Wookum, pass the message on. You know what I mean?
But I hear it, but then it just, realistically, whoever the Fed is that killed my man's son, most likely did not get affected by that kill.
I think he would do, yeah.
I don't think he would.
No, because you're a police officer and your actions has led to one of your colleagues dropping, and I feel like that's now accountability.
That depends on the human being. And like you said, a lot of the Feds are on fuckery. But what I would like to also say, because I'm trying to change this whole narrative on UK black culture, innit?
Okay,
as a black man, I've been trying to change the culture ever since I came into this game and got a little bit of fame.
Cool.
Yeah, and I do that by just being myself, as much as authentically as I can. Sometimes I troll, but I try to be authentic as I can. And let me give an example, yeah? Police have mistreated me twice in my life, yeah? But I've been stopped by police. I used to shot, yeah? And when I was shotting, I've been stopped by police multiple times. And I was stupid. I was young and I was being stupid. I was shotting and I was fucking driving with no insurance in the car. I was stupid, innit? I was just a dumb little kid. But then I was doing that. I've got pulled over, but because my parents taught me how to conduct myself and speak and not have anger towards police, every time they stop me over, I've been able to talk my way out of it and they've just let me go. I've showed them respect. They've shown me respect back and they've let me go. And I've realized a lot of people don't have, with the same skin color as me, has the same experience. And I've realized it's actually based off how they conduct themselves.
Interesting.
Sometimes it's not.
No, don't
Sometimes
do that.
it's not. I told you I got mistreated. I got mistreated twice. I told you I got mistreated twice.
And how did you behave? How did you behave to warrant the mistreatment?
The same way I behaved when I got treated good.
Okay, so can I just break that down a little bit? What do you think the statistics are of a black man? What's the likelihood of being mistreated by a policeman twice?
What do you mean, sir?
Just as a citizen of the UK, what do you think the likelihood is of you being mistreated by police twice? Do you think it's high probability or low probability?
Yeah, high.
I think it's high. Low. For the UK. As a black man,
Oh, what did you say? Oh, I thought you meant as a black man.
London,
yeah,
it's high.
Yeah. That's what I thought you said. Sorry.
Right. So I'm just saying. So if it's happened to you, and it's happened to me, and it's happened to Jay, and it's happened to Maverick, and it's happened to my man out there, and rare, then you gotta understand. Just because it's only happened to you twice, yeah. Remember it's happening every day to somebody else, cuz.
No, but
do you understand what I'm saying?
This, in the end of the day,
no, do you get what I'm saying?
I was in the wrong. I was against I was breaking the law.
Fair enough, but there's people that aren't, and they're getting badly treated.
And I'm not disregarding that. So this one, I'm definitely not, because I've made it very clear that happens, and I've already said as well in regards to good police, I think it's a very low percentage. But what I'm saying is how you conduct yourself does change things, and I can use myself as an example because, like I said, I was riding dirty, and I got away, and thank God as well. But I got away just based off me having a conversation. Like,
who's dirty?
I'm gonna talk.
Who's dirty?
What?
Who's dirty?
Nah, this guy's... What are you talking about, fam?
What?
So, and this is all alleged as well. But I'm saying that in the end of the day, just because of how I spoke to the police, I spoke to them calm. Yeah. I didn't give him attitude. I'm like, all right, cool, I get you doing your job. You want some information? Not sure about that. Can give you that. They treated man calm. A lot of them treated man calm.
The problem with that mentality is there's an expectation that you have to perform and conduct yourself in a certain manner in order to get a fair and respectful interaction with trained professionals. Now, these trained paid professionals should literally be able to conduct themselves in a respectful manner, regardless of what the input is, what the other person is doing. And the reason why is you're dealing with the public. When you deal with the public, you have to be trained. The thing about the public is not everybody is calm and very. Some people have emotional issues, psychological issues, mental issues. They're having a bad day. Like, when you're dealing with the public, you can't expect everybody to be calm and respectful when you're stopping them and interrupting their day. It don't work like that. That's not so. You have to be prepared for. And the thing is, the police are so badly trained that they're not. And there's many times where you can be polite and cooperative, but that police officer is not having none of it. Do you know what I mean? And the thing about our community is, when I say our community, I mean the Black, African, Caribbean, Asian community, the minorities in this country, so to speak. The issue with us is, we're like 10 times more likely to suffer a fatality once we come into contact with these bodies. In fact, most what's that word? Most institutions that we come into contact with carry a risk of fatality for us that don't carry for other people. They don't have the same rates, like in comparison to the numbers of how small we are. That means that there's clearly an issue with the way that they are dealing with us. Now, when they internally investigate themselves, the IPCC, and they have the McPherson report, and the McPherson report says the Metropolitan Police Force is an institutionally racist organization, that kind of even vindicates and testifies to the complaints that us, the people, are having. Good everyday people. My brother's granddad got stabbed, got killed. Big up R.I.P. Well, I don't even say R.I.P., but Smiley Culture. Big up man like Merlin. You know what I mean? Killed in the yard. There's many people. They come and black up my brethren's grandma's eye. They did this. They did that. They've killed my Cody. They've done that. I understand that to the naked eye it might seem like just rude black youths that don't know how to fucking engage with police officers, but the onus is actually on the police officers to engage with us, with humanity. And they've proven that they fail in that. When you look at this national crime statistics and you see the likelihood of a black man being stopped, the likelihood of a black man being searched, versus the likelihood of a black man actually having any articles on him that are illegal, versus the white counterparts. White men is 10 times more likely to have illegal things on them. Yeah, but then 10 times less likely to be stopped. Like, I'm giving rough ballpark figures, but I'm not sure what the statistics are for this year. But last time I looked, it was round about something like that. So there's a disparity in the way that they deal with us. There's a disparity in the way that they treat us. And I feel like it's problematic for the ownership of, bro, just behave good. And if you've got nothing wrong, then no. You just, like, I feel like
this is
gives them too much license to be on fuckery.
This is what I'm saying, innit? Now, I'm a person that believes I try
not to touch this.
Sorry, bro. Yeah,
it might crackle.
I can't change the chessboard. I can just control the pieces on the chessboard.
I hear you.
And I know that I will be, as a black man, once I'm black, I need to work harder and I will be discriminated against. I'm completely aware of it. But then I also know, with that sentiment, what my parents always taught me is, and a couple OGs taught me, is if you conduct yourself in a certain way, I'm not going to talk too crazy, but I know people that are
on crud but cutting true.
Yeah. And I'm talking high, and I'm talking high level.
Yeah.
Yeah? High level. Not all this silly petty grime. High level things, allegedly. And again, the same things that I'm saying is how they conduct themselves in their business, as well as how they conduct themselves when they're talking to police. You'd be surprised, and I'm not saying this is the case. Some of these men work in the councils, potentially. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if it's the case or not. I'm just throwing a random thing. There's a potential that some man like that work in the council, and that's because they're smart with how they understand what's going on, and they know that they have to change.
But that doesn't alleviate the person that ain't doing wrong, but don't have the powers of code switching or articulation, or don't know how to shuck and jive. Yes, sir. They don't know how to do that. That's not in them, and then they get victimized and murked by some police that are racist and prejudiced. So that's not cancelling it out. Great, you know some man that know how to do the double agent thing, whatever. You're giving us an example of basically you can cut through without being harassed. But the fact is, we can't all just cut through, because the institution itself has come out and said it's racist, meaning that the odds are always going to be stacked against us regardless of what you're doing.
And I'm not disregarding that, but what I'm saying is there's and it goes back to that conversation that I was saying, and also I got a DJ Limelight freestyle coming out where I'm kind of talking about, what is it? Is it empowerment or is it victim mindset? And that's the debate that I was having in that freestyle, which is kind of the debate that I'm having now.
Yeah.
And me, I am not a victim.
Oh, you trying to say I got victim mindset?
I'm not saying that. I don't say you. I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're on.
Oh my God, I can't believe
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that.
Wow.
But I'm saying, no.
My own brother. Hey.
I'm just saying, broski, that me, how I personally move, I just understand. And the thing is, you understand it as well. You're very intelligent. You articulate yourself well, and I get what you're saying as well. But what I'm just trying to get at is, cool, the conversation that we have, everything that you said is correct. But I'm just going to try and give the solution to my people, innit? I'm not going to talk about...
The solution is assimilate. Learn how to talk properly, because you lot can't talk properly. Learn how to behave. Do you see how that sounds?
It doesn't matter how it sounds.
The truth hurts. Perm your hair.
The truth hurts.
Put in blue contacts.
No one says to perm your hair and put in blue contacts. But the truth hurts. But you could wear a suit. You could wear a suit. It doesn't. It's not non-black culture. But I'm just giving a random example, innit? But I'm just saying, I'm using an exaggerated thing.
What you're basically saying is conform more.
It's not conform. It's not necessarily conforming because. Sorry, I'll touch the mic. It's not necessarily conforming because you can still stand for your rights of how you want to be and still be yourself.
But
you know
wear
what I'm saying?
A suit when you're doing it.
But the
suit and the
don't wear a hoodie. The suit analogy.
Don't wear a night
the
tech.
suit analogy, yeah.
Don't wear a night tech.
Let's
You know what
use
you're
it.
saying?
Now let's bring it to
you're
white
one of-
people. Let's
you're
bring it
one
to
of
white
them
people.
ones,
Let's
you
bring
know?
it to white people.
Yeah,
Because because white people, the punk rocks, when they have tattoos all over the face, don't have tattoos. Don't have the long rock ting, punk ting that things
But
popping
they don't
up.
get brutalized and
They don't get discriminated against
by
as
the police,
much as
by
much.
the institutions. No,
No. But I'm
in
using that as
society
an
amongst
example.
each other,
Amongst society,
like
yeah.
it's like but like that was in the 70s, bruv. No one is. When was the last time someone got mugged by a punk?
No,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
but
That they
I'm just
don't
using
actually
that.
do.
They're not relevant. It's not relevant anymore. But I'm
Yeah.
just using that as an example,
Okay,
so you
cool,
can put it to anything. It's not about being black. It's about just understanding. This is the chessboard. Play your chess right. You can either be Jay-Z, you can be a Kanye West. I would push myself closer to Kanye, so I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. But you can either be a Jay-Z or you can be a Kanye. And I say that because Jay-Z could be on fuckery, innit? But I'm just saying, let's say they're both good people. You can either be Kanye where you just stand up and speak and say, no, fuck, or you could be a Jay-Z and you do it behind closed doors. You're putting money behind to take people out. You're working and brushing shoulders with white people to do it. You pick, innit?
I don't be none of them.
But fuck them, innit? You know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
though.
the choices you gave us was horrendous.
Yeah, right now, let's say we said they had this conversation 10 years ago, innit?
Yeah, that's still.
but no, you know, you get what I'm trying to say, though.
Well, basically, yeah, in a way, I'm trying to say it for you, but you don't like it when I say it.
Because you're saying shocking driving and that, and it's not shocking driving.
But it is shocking and driving.
No.
It's conform. It's assimilate. It's learn how to speak the master's tongue and learn how to imitate his behavior. Dumb yourself down so he's not intimidated by you.
It's not about dumbing
rather
yourself
than
down.
train them up so that they get to understand us and our culture. Because a lot of the time, like, it's their lack of training in interacting with the public that leads to Joe Blogs going nuts or wilding out or whatever. It's how they deal with, man.
All right, let's use this.
Yeah. Let's
use Maine's World as an example, yeah? Big up Maine's. He's actually doing a lot in regards to engaging with police. He's helped a lot of people in Croydon. He's engaging with police and the council and letting them see this point of view and trying to better the police and better if it's not racism.
Okay, when you say engaging with the police, what does that look like?
So as in like, so he would have council meetings. So he's having council meetings because so what we used to do, we used to go all around in Croydon and then just try and engage with the youths in Croydon because a lot of them just hanging in the streets doing the mad thing. We've stopped countless stabbings while we're there, and that's what his thing is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's calm.
I'm saying
that's good.
So I'm saying he
community engagement by the community for the community.
100%.
I'm definitely with that.
So what I'm saying is he came out of jail. He was in jail for a while. He came out and then he did this and he started his own charity and blah, blah, blah. So where the police come in is what I'm saying is if that's shocking and driving, because when he's talking to police in a certain way, he's not going to conduct himself to me. He's not going to say, yo, fam, what are you saying to the police? He's going to say, you right, mate? What's going on? So if he's shocking and driving and he's doing a lot for the community, then fuck it, shock and drive. If that's shocking and driving, fam. If that's shocking and driving.
That was a good one. But that's what you're saying. Good one, but you're trying it.
If he's shocking and driving, then shock and drive then, innit? Because broski, because what you're saying, how you've painted me or painted what I'm trying to say. Not how you painted me, but how you painted of what I'm trying to say.
No, I hear what he's saying, but he tried it with what Maines is doing. I've never said somebody that is trying to mediate or utilize resources around him to try and improve life for the youngsters is shocking and driving.
No, but he's conforming himself. For him to do that, he wouldn't be able to do that if he was speaking to the police like, yo, Wagwan, when he's speaking to the council. You man telling me, yeah, I got a plan, yeah.
Okay, I understand that he's learning how to use professional language, whatever. But the point is, that's great for him, and I'm glad it's working. And people utilize the skills. I code switch all the time. I talk to you different from the way I would talk to a different guest. I do it all the time unintentionally. I think there's something about Niger, man. We click to that. Bare accents, bare, and it's a UK thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually part of growing up in the UK. You learn different ways to chat and get me.
And you're around so many cultures. So.
I've got no issue with that, right? And whatever he feels he's doing for his community, that's great. But there's also a side of it where you're speaking a bigger truth, where you're saying, if he came to a policeman and said, Wagwan, rare, he wouldn't get the respect from rare. But now this may be an issue now because what we're actually essentially talking about, it's not an intelligence difference. It's actually a class difference, a social difference, which the trained professionals who want the best from a community actually shouldn't be worried about who's using slang, who's more effective, who's more relatable, and who rare. So therefore, it shouldn't actually exclude a man that says Wagwan. In fact, to work with the police or any institution, you shouldn't have to shapeshift into anything. If anything, they the ones that need to be doing the shapeshifting.
I agree with you. I'm not disregarding that at all.
In a way, it's like...
That's what it should be.
That's actually a problem, that the institutions are still one where you feel like you have to jump into a penguin suit and talk like this and say, oh, good evening, Commissioner.
But it's the exaggeration.
Yeah, it's the exaggeration, but you know, like, even the idea that this is more palatable than...
I get you. I get you. But I'm saying that's idealistic. I'm talking like, and it goes back to what I said from the start of the conversation is, and see the chessboard, this is what the board is, and I'm going to play my pieces.